everyone, how are we doing today? So we mentioned doing this a while back. We had our test hand slash combo video, if you will, where we went and did a bunch of different, played out a bunch of hands and kind of showed you guys the different routes the deck can go. We will also have a gameplay video for you guys as well, so make sure to stick around for that. The deck's pretty interesting, but today we're going to talk about the deck, the ratios, the choices. You can already see the deck list, and I know I already lost some of you. You stopped it, you're going to go copy it, and you're going to go very good, probably come back and say, hey, this deck's trash. Well, guess what? You got to actually watch it, learn it, and figure out how to play it. I'm not saying it's the best way to play the deck, but it's pretty fun, and it catches people. Like, the surprise factor alone can win you a couple games, but the deck actually is pretty good overall too once you really get the hang on playing it. So we're going to go through the deck list pretty quick, and then we'll go back through and talk about the ratios and the choices, the how, the why, everything like that. Before we get too far into it though, don't forget, month of November, 2,000 subscribers, impermanence giveaway. Do it, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, let everyone know, and come join Dragon Rider Games for the best online tournaments out there, bar none. DCS 5 coming soon in January, where we will live stream it here on the channel. Without further ado, guys, you can see the deck list. We have 1 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 3 Cyber Dragon Hers, 1 Cyber Dragon Naxxter, 3 Galaxy Soldier, 3 Crusadia Arborea, 3 Tenyi Adhara, Creation Resonator Recover, Deskbot 001, Mecha Phantom Beast, Colt Wing, 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair Plant, 2 E-Telly, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Rhoda, 3 Forbidden Chalice, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Triple Tactics Talent, 1 Cybernetic Overflow, and 3 Infinite Impermanences. Extra deck, we do have the 2 Chimera Techs, 1 Mega Fleet, 1 Fortress. Then for our synchros, because it's Cyber Synchro, guys, we have Herald of the Arclight, Cupid Pitch, cards crazy, Stardust Charge Warrior, Warlord Savage Dragon, Chaos Ruler, what's the whole name of it? Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, Virtual World Ryobi Shenshen, then Baron de Fleur, Cyber Dragon Nova, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Salamander Almirage, Crystron Halka Fibrax, and finally Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. So what are some reasons, like why Cyber Synchro? It's a Fusion and Xyz deck, right? Like, the deck's not supposed to synchro. Don't do that. Don't add it. It's not gonna work. Like, when people say that, you realize at one point Cyber Dragon was basically like just a free level 5 beater that you special summon, and that was Cyber Dragon, and it evolved and eventually was able to be played as a fusion based deck, and then it got XZs and it evolved again and you played it that way. This is just another evolution of it. Like, I mean, there's other ways where you can just tech in and play a Shenshen. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. I've played against it a handful of times online with like a standard Dragoon or DPE build, and I mean, I know it's a mirror match and I actually like to play them, but personally I'm not super impressed with that board. Like, Infinity Shenshen isn't that great, with like so many other cards in the meta that just out that board so easily. People are ready for big boards, and while that is strong, people are just too ready for it. But like, Mecha Phantom Beast of Auroradon needs 2+ machine monsters, and Halka Fibrax is a machine, so a lot of time, even if Halka Fibrax gets negated, you can still have enough resources to go into a Auroradon, and depending on like your hand and everything else, like if you still have Arborea in hand, like you're still comboing off. If you are able to get Recover or Deskbot in Graveyard, you're still gonna combo off. Like, it's got some advantages there. And then like on top of that too, the deck, typically like the whole synchro combo, like, oh, you make Halka Fibrax, you end Arclight, Savage, and Fleur, but you need your entire board open. Like, you need all 5 spots open. That's not the case here with Cyber Dragon, because we can actually put up Infinity a lot of the time, like at Nibiru. The deck doesn't play around Nibiru as well as we would like it to. We'd have to cut something to add in I mean, like, you'd really kind of need to cut 2 spots to really play around it well. so the deck doesn't play around Nibiru as well as a standard Cyber Dragon build, but there are times where you're going to make like Nova or Infinity by summon number 5 and play around it, but otherwise not necessarily just playing around it. Like, you can normal core and start to do your Infinity play and bait out your opponent's hand traps like this and take 1 or 2 hand traps and then go into synchro combo and still put up like 3 negates. Like, it's really strong in that regard that the Cyber combo, you can play it out first and just bait negates or put up Infinity to protect the rest of your combo. And Nova can revive a machine too, so like Nova revives a machine, then you overlay Infinity, and then Helka Fibrax, instead of being forced to go into your 001, you actually go into Recover, and then you use the machine that Nova revived with your Hulk to go into your Auroradon, then you get your 3 tokens with your Recover, because you don't have all the zones that 001 needs, but Recover can actually come back just by paying 2,000 life points, because at that point in your combo, your extra deck will be smaller than 10 cards, so you can bring it back using its own effect. So just another little synergy there. On top of that, like the whole Cyber archetype and extenders, they're all light machines. Light being the important part, because Chaos Ruler, like let's say there's times where like you'll have just a dead Galaxy Soldier in hand, and you can go through into the synchro combo and your opponent can't stop you, and then you go into like Chaos Ruler, and then you Chaos Ruler and you hit a Hers. Now you can use that Hers with your soldier and put Infinity on board on top of getting the free level back for another synchro play, and then turn the Chaos Ruler into something like a Hot Red or a Shen Shen, or you know, something like that. Like, the deck can just do so much, and there's so many lines of play that you almost have to make it up as you go. And I guarantee there's still scenarios that I have yet to be put into where just playing the deck and it's like, hey, I can do this, so then you can, you know, go ahead and do that. So the deck is just like so fluid, and you got to just really think and adapt and play it out, and like you're always changing the game plan based on when they hand trap you, where they hand trap you. That's the same thing, so I mean, you can kind of ignore that. But like, how many hand traps do they have? When do they hand trap? Do they let you go through with your Cyber combo? Do they put up a negate, or do they stop like your negate with your Infinity? Do they double and perm you, and then you like use the Infinity and the Hulk to go into your Auroradon? Like, there's so many lines of play that you can do. That's why I really want to finish up that the gameplay one, where it's not just, oh, check out these replays that we won. It's check out these replays where our opponent was hand trapping us and we still pushed through and made some boards, because I feel like those types of replays are much better for you guys to actually learn how a deck functions, as opposed to me playing 30 games and just picking the 5 best replays and being like, here, look how good this deck is, and in reality we lost 20 of those 30 games. Like, there's way too much of that out there on YouTube. So now to go like kind of the how the deck works and everything, like that's kind of like the hidden synergies that just aren't super obvious. But so one Cyber Dragon, because the deck, like with 3 Cyber Dragon, you actually want to go first with this if you can, like especially game 1. So having the extras and the dupes, and like it can just really clog up your hand, so we don't want that, because you want like ways into synchro combo too, and then just special summoning monsters if you need to. 3 cores pretty, you know, standard in just about any Cyber Dragon build though, because you can normal it, search whatever you need, link it all for Almirage, and special summon your Arborea. Otherwise, before you even normal your core, you can just special summon Adhara and then normal your core and go into your combo that way. 3 Hers and 3 Galaxy Soldiers, because they just pair up so well together. The 1 Naxter is more of a follow-up play. Like, you're not going to play Cyber Dragon without Naxter, for the most part at least. Pretty much any build you should play at least the 1. There are going to be some exceptions. Then the tuners, like I said, like Arborea and Adhara are the go-tos, because they don't need your normal summon, so they don't eat that up and they leave it for your Cyber cards. And like, even if you like brick, like you open Adhara and Arborea, you can just special summon Adhara and then normal summon Arborea, and then like go into Helka Fibrax and go into combo that way. Or like if you had to normal summon like Recover, Deskbot, normal summon Coltwing, like, and you can just get the special summons too. Like, having the tuners that are just special summons is so good. 2 Etelli too can special out the Recover, so that's 8 ways right there. Rhoda can search out your Arborea, so we get 9 ways into like opening into synchro combo just easily. Otherwise, there's sometimes where like Foolish, you'll actually be able to use that, and like sometimes like Cyber Dragon being all machines, you could put 3 machines on board, make the Auroradon, and if you had the Foolish, you could Foolish 001, and now you just, you made everything work. And it's just like, that's just another little synergy that's in there. Otherwise, like, there's times where I had to like normal Arborea, like Arborea Galaxy Soldier, like Foolish 2 Imperms or something like that. Like, you can Foolish a Hers, get a Cyber Dragon, normal Arborea, discard Cyber Dragon, special summon Soldier, add Soldier, and now you can go into Halqifibrax combo. Like, so Foolish Burial is just like a crazy extender in the deck, and it can also turn on your Repair Plant, obviously. It kind of fell out of favor and got power crept in more standard builds, but in this build, Foolish Burial is just really, really crazy. The search cards, your emergencies, your repair plans, that's pretty standard there. Not too much to change. The one creation resonator, because it gets searched out off your Cupid pitch. Recover is personally one of my favorite cards in like Synchro type builds like this, just because I don't care about 2,000 life points. If I did, I would have never played Dragoon or that, went that route, and I wouldn't be playing Destroyer Phoenix right now. Like, if 2K was that important, I wouldn't be doing those things either. So Recover is just a really nice option there. Like I said, 001, there's times where you have to go into Halqifibrax and like you don't have the monsters on board, so you just go 001 at that point, and then you just do the normal Halqifibrax combo. And if you're wondering what these combos and things I'm talking about is, I'll link the video down below where we actually just like did a handful of test hands and played them all out, so you guys can see the different end boards that you can kind of go for. The one Colt Wing is the only brick in the deck. It's kind of needed, and if you open it, you can't go like full combo, but you can still make like multi-negate boards even if you open the Colt Wing. It just makes it so you're playing with 4 cards instead of 5, and there's no point in even going into a Auroradon unless you're just, there's really no point for it. You just summon out Halqifibrax, get like a level 3 Arborea or something, and then you can use like the level 5 you revive off Nova, and 5 and 3 you can go into like a Borreload Savage Dragon, or you can go into like Chaos Ruler, hope you mill some things and be able to play with them from the graveyard or stuff like that. So like, that's just another little thing there. And then just like the going second cards slash whatever tech cards if you want, like pretty much the whole bottom row and this chalice here. I do like the one overflow, because there's times where like you'll open just really good and not need the extenders, or you can you'll get to it that way, or you'll draw it off like your Stardust Charge Warrior or something. And being able to make a board with like Arclight and Shen on board, it means that they can't Forbidden Droplet you like at all. So being able, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna battle phase attack over the Arclight, and you're like, no, Cybernetic Overflow, I'm gonna stop that from happening. Then you just like win that game if they can't just beat over the Arclight. Infinite Impermanence is just pretty strong hand trap overall right now. 3 Forbidden Chalice, I love Chalice. Actually, in most of my decks, right now, like Droplet plus Chalice, like I've been on Chalice for so long, and the card's just been crazy like the last few formats. But like Chalice and Droplet is my ideal go-to, but this deck just needs too many resources from your hand. It can't afford the Forbidden Droplet, the Ascending, so that's why I did go with Impermanence instead. I did consider Dark Ruler no more, but at that point I would rather just like, I was considering the 2 back and forth and trying it a bunch, and the Imperm just came up a little bit more where I preferred it. So Chalice and Imperm being those. Like we said, the Overflow, 2 Lightning Storm cards is really good to like force your opponent into more simple states, kind of dictate when they get to use their cards. They can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna set these cards and wait. Like, no, I'm gonna make you use your stuff right away and be able to play the game at my pace. 2 Talents, because you can like, if you get negated or such or stopped, you can steal a monster and use that with your tuner to go in Halqifibrax, go into combo, or you can just draw 2 cards and continue playing as needed. So I have actually really been liking the deck, like I said, working on those replays and all that other fun stuff for you guys. Extra deck, like I said, I wish the extra deck was 2 or 3 more spaces. Like that, if we had an 18 card extra deck, that would be perfect. But like Mega Fleet and Fortress, these are 2 like just big advantages Cyber Dragon have, so you gotta play them. Then like I said, the Arclight, it's probably one of the first ones I would cut if I did, but being able to make Arclight so like any monster from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead, so they can't Forbidden Droplet a monster from their hand. They could still send like spell and traps, but if you have that and Shen where everything on the field is banished, like they can't send any monsters, meaning no matter what they send, like with Droplet, you can just negate it because they can't negate any of, like, you can respond with your monsters because they can't send a monster. So like just having Arclight and Shen with like Infinity and Savage, it's just like GG. Like, okay, I'm gonna negate with Savage, and now like they still got to play through the Shen Arclight Infinity, and they can't Droplet. They use whatever cards to send. Like it's just, it pretty much makes Droplet useless. But that would probably be the first one I would cut. That or Charge Warrior, because we can still go into our Synchro 9s even without it. But it does make it a little bit nicer, to where like Cupid Pitch plus token goes into Charge Warrior. You search out the creation, and then creation can like make your Synchro 9 that way. So like it is nice, plus you get the draw, which can help you hit other extenders. So Arclight and Charge, one of those two would be the first ones to get cut. Cupid Pitch is just insane, like going up or down with its level, and then searching out the creation resonator to continue extending. Card is just really strong. It's really a shame that it's just a common. Borreload Savage, Chaos Ruler, I mean, Savage is a negate that's easy to make, even if it disrupted, because we do level 5s, level 3s, pretty easy. And then, like I said, Chaos Ruler, the card just has so much that it can do. Like, not only can it get you to hers, can it get you to Soldier. There's been times where I didn't normal summon yet, and it got me to Core, and then you search Overflow as another form of disruption. Otherwise, like, there's times where you mill a Cyber Dragon and it makes Repair Plant live in your hand. There's times where you actually, like, you had to go for Despot 001 and you mill Recover, and now Recover's live in your graveyard and you get an extender that way. Like, Chaos Ruler, it really does do so much. And just being able to banish 2 and come back from the graveyard, it actually gives you like more of a follow-up play too, just like to simplify the game state. They broke your board, but they couldn't really do a whole lot afterwards, and now you can just get a big beater back out for free. So like it's really good. The one Hot Red Archfiend Abyss, there's hands like where you'll put up like Savage, Infinity, Arclight, Overflow, or something like that, or Impermanence, and like they are like, let's say it's Overflow, and now they open up their turn with Dark Ruler no more. Normally, like, your whole board is off, and that Dark Ruler just ended everything. Or like they Droplet and they send a monster and, you know, a couple spells, and they're negating your whole board. You can chain the Overflow to pop the Dark Ruler, pop the Forbidden Droplet, and now since it's not responding directly to it, you can use the Hot Red and go ahead and negate those face-up cards on the field too. So like, I mean, it's still like, if they Dark Ruler you, you're using up the trap and Archfiend. So I mean, you're still using a lot, but at the same time, you're not losing everything. So it's not just like, okay, now you're at their mercy. Hopefully they can't out your entire board. It does allow you a little fluidity with the deck that way. So then yeah, Shen, Fleur, like Fleur for standard help combo. Probably the third least used synchro here. The Cupid Pitch, Savage, Chaos Ruler, Hot Red, and Shen are definitely the most important ones. Then Fleur, then probably Arclight, and then lastly the Charge Warrior. Arclight still might be easier to cut, like I mentioned, but between those two, then yeah, like the Fleur, it's a good card. Shen too. Shen also being able to come back from the grave, like it gives you those plays that like normally some decks just don't have. Nova Infinity, that's kind of what we need. I guess like one thing that I had considered and I'm still considering is dropping the Charge or the Arclight for a Zeus, just like as a follow-up play. Salamander Almrush, because like not to keep changing subject, but like sometimes you're not gonna be able to go into your Infinity in that first turn anyway. So then like being able to go into it the next turn, absorb a card, attack, and then go into a Zeus and just like slap the board is always kind of nice too. Just like another little thing that you could potentially do. Almirage, obviously we make that so easily. Like you can normal summon pretty much anything here other than that Soldier, like anything in this box, and like go into it, and then like with any of those you have your Hulk combo, and you have Hulk, you have Auroradon. Like yeah, there's just like a lot of synergy that people wouldn't necessarily think of. But yeah, so this is kind of cyber synchron into my thought process and the logic behind the choices. I know I have a friend, Dave Phillips, who we've actually worked together on Cyber Crusadia Thunder Dragon back in the day with like Agar Pain after Agar Pain got banned, and like we've worked on some pretty crazy combo Cyber Dragon decks like that in the past, and I actually finally got around to sending him the list, and we're only a 5 card difference in the main deck away, and otherwise our extra decks are like identical, but like just that's how on point we are with each other, like just being able to essentially make almost the same deck without actually discussing it too much yet. And so that was pretty cool, actually catching up with him and seeing how close we both were with very little actual discussion and without actually showing and sharing our builds. But yeah, so this is it, Cyber Synchro, guys. The deck can do it pretty well. I'm playing it on Dueling Book, I'm playing it on yugioh, I'm doing it in my free time. I just need my Fleur, and then I will be able to play it in real life as well. But card's kind of pricey, so maybe we'll just swap out the Fleur for a Zeus in the meantime. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching and take care. Hit that subscribe button, go win those infinite impermanences, and until next time, guys, 10-minute testing, Sword Soul, PK, and by actual pretty popular request, Sky Striker, all coming soon. Go check out our Flow Underease, go check out the Virtual World Drytron and Dragon Link. Get better, beat the meta, and take care, guys. Have a good one.